Now, you were down in Stillwater very recently, training with the Cowboys. I think you maybe ran a practice. What did you see from the Cowboys? What are your thoughts on what's going on at Oklahoma State, and were you able to train with
Oh,
or?
Oklahoma State, man.
Yeah,
He's doing a good job. He's doing a good job. Listen, I still send Beacon still going to Nebraska, but he's doing a pretty damn good job. I've been watching, admiring from afar, just because, you know, I've had some interest from some collegiate programs, so I'm kind of watching and saying, okay, here's where I'm at in my career. Here's what I'm thinking. Do I want to transition? Is collegiate coaching something that I'm interested in? And so he's kind of been our test subject. He's the guinea pig for all of the guys in my space, right? Close to retirement, on the fringes of saying, okay, do we, you know, sit back and rest, or do we jump into this game? And so I got a chance to spend time with John Smith. I got a chance to spend time with David. John Smith, I'm like, hey, listen, should I coach collegiate wrestling? And he's like, absolutely, done. You should do it. You should do it. And the hardest part, right? I've got five little ones. There's very little work-life balance. And talking to David, I got the chance to see what he's built. I see, number one, the first thing he's done really well is he's surrounded himself with high-level coaches with great experience, veterans in the game. Kevin Ward, Brian Pearsall, Jimmy Kennedy, Tyler Caldwell. Guys who have done a really good job, been in the game for a long time, can navigate all of the logistics of compliance and scheduling and scholarships. So all he has to do is be the face and go out and make sure he inspires the guys the right way. Second, he hasn't missed on any recruits, right? He's got all the guys he's wanted. Drayshawn Ross, Jax Forrest, the Rainey twins, Sergio Vega, Cody Rutledge, right? So he's getting all the best guys, which also leads me to another example. You need talent. You need talent. I don't care how great of a coach you are, how much you can influence the diamonds in the rough. Those guys are extremely rare. You need talent in the room. And he has it, right? So when I was there, I wrestled with Casey Swiderski and Dean Hamidi and Caleb Fishback and D Lockett and Mirzo and all these guys. Oh, and on top of it, he's got Zoe,
hmm
um, as an RTC coach, and then also his new addition in Lee Roper. And I'd say lastly, and this is not an advertisement for Oklahoma State, but truly he's doing a good job there. And then lastly is they have a pipeline, what I call from the root to the fruit, right? So from inception, cradle to the grave, you can live in a single city and do every single moment of your career. There's no place like it, right? So you got the CWC, or the Cowboy Wrestling Club for the youth wrestlers. They got about 200 wrestlers there in Stillwater. They also got the farm now. Coleman Scott's built the farm, so they've got different clinicians coming in weekly, and you can spend your entire summers there. Then you transition to do your scholastic wrestling at Stillwater High School, right? That's where Ignacio Villasenor and D Lockett and Dayton Fix and all these guys went to school. Then of course you go to Oklahoma State, and then from Oklahoma State you transition to the senior level CWC, right? So from the time you're 5 to you're 35, you can literally spend all in the same city. There's very few places that you can do that. So that's the blueprint, right? He's pretty much laid out the blueprint of here's what you need to do to have a successful collegiate program, and it doesn't take coaching chops. And I would say the last part of it is all he knows is NIL, right? So a lot of older coaches that have been in the game for a long time, they've had to actively try to make terms and come to grips with the fact that they've got to pay athletes most of the time more money than they're making as a coach. It's really hard. That's a hard mental transition for these guys, but for him, it's all he knows. And he's got a blank checkbook, which helps as well, right? So, he's in a good place. He's got me thinking a lot about college coaching, and the possibility of it. But you need money. You need money. But the blueprint's there, and if the right offer comes to the table, I would definitely be willing to sit down and talk about it.
I think it was, I don't know if it was 2013.